Hey, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everyone? All good?
Great.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
I had to come back.
Why? Isn't that, I'm not, there's nothing to learn. What are you talking about?
It was different from what I heard before.
Tell-
I guess you've heard that before.
Yes, and tell me what was so different so I can make sure it's more different this time.
Oh, okay. I'll go deeper. I was really stuck with phone calls, warm leads, cold leads, doesn't matter what your name is.
Sure.
And I actually made 10 calls yesterday using what you told me. You simplified it for me, is basically
Right.
what you did.
Cool. And what happened with those 10 calls?
Well, I left some voicemails and I didn't get anyone. But I did make the call and I did leave a voicemail also.
Good.
So I could get a call back, and I'll make more calls today, and then I'll start measuring myself with the calls.
Great.
But my husband said to me last night when he heard me leave a message, he said, "You haven't been making calls. You sound, I didn't sound right." So
Isn't it funny when you have a built-in accountability partner?
yes, exactly. Yeah, he could hear it. Yeah. So I wasn't my normally upbeat. So thank you.
No, you're welcome. But isn't it funny, like when you literally have an accountability partner who happens to be your significant other?
Yeah.
Can I share something, Stephen,
Yeah,
before we
please.
start?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Melissa, I do the same thing, but when they don't answer, I don't leave a voicemail and I put them in command and I start sending them messages. Because sometimes the people are in work and they cannot answer the phone or they cannot respond. But I get respond back more when I send text message with emojis and there.
Thank you.
Got more results, to be honest.
Fantastic. Thank you.
This is something you can try.
So you don't leave a voicemail, you just go right to the
messaging is like the
text.
best and worst thing ever invented, right?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as they don't answer, instead of leaving voicemail, I'll put them in command. They will start getting text right away. So it's like basically I'm still in communication with them for the next 20 days until I hear something.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
How's
morning.
it going?
Good.
Okay, awesome. Dana, I'm going to make you the host as you are our host today. And if you could just make Stephen our co-host so he can present, that would be amazing.
So what do you guys want to learn today? Dana,
We have you down for leveling up on our presentations, specifically listings, but we are ready and open to whatever knowledge you want to share with us today. For those of you that don't know, Stephen is a rock star. He is in Livingston, New Jersey. So if you need any referral partners, think of him. I'm going to let him take it away.
I don't feel like a rock star, but thank you, Dana. I don't. I honestly don't understand why most people don't think about the real estate business the way I think about it. So I guess I get shocked every time I teach this class because I'm like, wait, I don't understand. Well, what were you guys taught? So here's the question I want you to answer. And you don't have to answer it out loud. You can write down your own answer, okay? Ready? This is when you're going on a listing appointment. This is the question you have to answer, and you have 30 seconds or less to answer this question for your seller. Okay? Why should someone hire you above all of the other options out there, including doing nothing? Do you want me to repeat that? Why should someone hire you to be their agent to list their home above all the other options out there, including doing nothing? If you can answer that question in 30 seconds or less, you get the listing every single time. And if you don't know what that answer is, you should be spending the rest of your career finding that answer. And please, I know someone inside their gut right now is saying, well, Stephen, I provide the best service out there. no offense, that's not quantifiable and measurable, and that's not an answer. Because everyone here has a different definition of what great service is. To some people, staying at Motel 6 is great service, and to other people, staying at the Ritz-Carlton is service. Yes? I view great service as that I can order something on Amazon and gets delivered the same day.
Mhm.
Think about it. Can you sell a house as fast as Amazon delivers a package? By the way, Zillow now can buy someone's house in 15 minutes. So unless you can sell someone's home in 15 minutes or less, your service sucks compared to someone who just got an offer from Zillow Offers. And I'm being that blunt because I'm trying to get the message into your head. So can you answer that question? Why should someone hire you above all the other options out there, including doing nothing? And if you have a pit in your stomach right now and your stomach hurts, that's good because that means you're trying to find the answer. If you're like, I am scared right now and I'm quitting real estate, that's good because then we'll help you find the answer. Okay? How do you feel right now that I've started with that question? What's your head saying? What's your heart saying? What's your stomach saying? What are you guys feeling right now?
Yeah, definitely scary. How's going to be the answer?
Okay. Well, you know the goal in this hour that we're together is that you guys come up with your own answer. But here's the thing: when I started in real estate in 2002, and my coach gave me that question in 2003, I didn't have an answer, and so I realized I was no better than any other realtor out there. So why in the heck should they hire me? Right? And the answer is, you know, what makes you so unique that you do so differently in the real estate industry that no one else does, and that you're the first to do it for your community. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If you can master this one topic, I'm really, you know, like I'm doing the Gary Keller one thing. If you can master this one thing, your business just like takes off, because every time you meet with someone and they say, well, why should I hire you? You just spit this out at them. They look at you and go, that's cool. Great. I've never heard of that before. So go ahead.
We can use our technology as an answer for that question, since no
That is
other
one way you can do it, definitely.
realtors or other companies have the technology we have.
Correct, but you have to be specific in how you answer that question. So if you were on the last class where I gave my script, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, when you hire me, I'm going to leverage the Keller Williams Command Artificial Intelligence Engine and Facebook partnership to create 7 different multi-channel marketing campaigns to get your home sold via Facebook. Is that okay with you? Does that answer the first question that we started this class with?
Mhm.
Do I get the listing right now?
Right away.
Do I have to say anything else?
No.
So there was a 30-second listing presentation. I just became the Amazon of real estate in my neighborhood. Yes? How's that feel now? Valerie, I know you're driving, but I saw a thumbs up, so I was like watching you. So just pay attention to the road, 10 and 2, okay? No accidents on the highway today, okay? Now, I say that script so many times, it sounds natural, right? But the first time I said it, it kind of fumbled. By the 50th time, I was like, oh, that worked, right? So again, what makes you so unique that they have to hire you? When I started on that quest in 2003, I came up with 2 things really clearly. One, I'd sit with a seller and they say, well, Steven, you know, why should I hire you? And I'd say, real simple. And I'd slide what I called the cancellation guarantee across the table. I'm like, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, it's so frustrating. Every realtor you met with has a 6-month listing agreement. And they'd say, yeah. I go, my listing agreement's 24 hours long. And they would go, what? You guys are saying it. I can see your faces. What do you mean you have a 24-hour listing agreement? And I'd say, yeah, here's my cancellation guarantee. If you're upset at any time, you can fire me. So you're hiring me for the next 24 hours to prove that I'm good, to earn the right to be hired for the next 24 hours. And at any time you can fire me. So there's no risk in hiring me right now, because you could change your mind in a week and get rid of me. Will any other realtor offer you that? No. Okay, great. Let's go. All the other realtors want to lock you into a 6-month contract. How do you feel about contracts? I hate them. Great. There's no contract. Let's go. Does that sound totally different than what most realtors say?
Of course.
But then do they sign any? Sorry. Hi, I'm from Belmead, Montgomery
Hi.
in New Jersey. Do they sign any? Do you have them sign anything?
Yeah, standard listing paperwork. Yeah.
And you just don't put a date?
No, I put the same. I go, look, we have to put a start and an end date. So we're going to start it today. We're going to end it in 6 months. But here's my cancellation guarantee. You're welcome to fire me if you want. And I literally, and I'll share my screen with you real quick so you guys can see what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Like I literally entering into a listing agreement with an agent is a risky business. They'll promise you the world, and how can they back that up? You know, and I literally wrote it this way, but I put the words cancellation guarantee because it sounds better than cancellation clause.
And are you willing to share that with us?
Yeah, you guys will get copies of all this stuff. Right. So I literally say to them, if you're unhappy at any time, sign this, give it to me. I'll tear up the listing agreement. You can hire someone else. Okay. Now, how does that make the seller feel when I say that?
Very comfortable.
Yeah, there's no risk, right? I'm taking all the risk.
In this market where things are selling in a week or less, does that make sense?
Yep. Still does. Because it's a differentiator. Because there's still that, what if you don't sell it? What if you overprice it? What if you know, Janet, what that also does is it clears the deck on the pricing conversation. Because if they say, well, Steven, I want you to list the home at 800,000 and it's really 700,000, then I'm going to, like, guys, you know, so I'll role play it. Pretend you're the seller and you want 800,000 and I know it's 7.
Okay.
So Janet, we're going to put your home on the market at 700,000. Is that okay with you?
No, I want 800,000.
Okay, but all the numbers here say that it's going to be a $700,000 home. My job is to make your home the Nordstrom day after Thanksgiving Day sale house.
But right now everything's selling for well over asking.
Well, not everything. I can give you 4 homes recently that sold under, and I can give you 4 homes that sold over. So what I don't want to do is have you invoke the cancellation clause 1 week into our agreement. So I'd rather turn you down now than let you down later. And I can't lie to you, Janet. I really can't. That's not why you hired me. That's why the cancellation clause is so strong. If I lie to you, you're going to fire me. So I'd rather be straight now. Do you want to hire me at 700, or would you rather just part friends and have someone lie to you, you get tied up for 6 months and the home doesn't sell?
You're right. Some of the agents do try to buy listings by just accepting whatever I want.
That's it. That's my script.
Hey, Steven, this is Michael Brooks from Keller Williams Conshohocken. Quick question for you.
Yeah.
For the new agents on the call, since the listing agreement really is with Keller Williams and not you, you have your broker's permission to do that, I guess?
So I own my market center.
Okay, you own your market center, but for
yeah,
a new
yeah.
agent, they have to understand that the
Yes.
contract is really with the brokerage.
Yep.
So you need to
But
make
it's
sure
really-
you're able to do that.
Totally agree. Check with your
Okay.
broker. Check with your team leader. However, if you also follow the Keller Williams mantra, Michael, it says
Yes.
like no commission's worth it. So any OP who says that they won't honor a cancellation guarantee is not following what the Keller Williams mantra is, really.
Gotcha.
Right?
Have you actually had people cancel on you? Like, honestly.
So,
Because I was listening to a speech the other day and the guy's like, oh yeah, I don't even have him sign it, blah, blah, blah. I did that
So-
and I didn't get my listing.
in 18 years of doing this, I think I started this 17 years ago. I've had 3 people fire me.
Okay.
Now I have fired more than that. I've fired 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, here's your listing back. Have a nice day. We just need to part friends now because this isn't going to work.
What do you
Right.
do about all the photography and everything that you've done for them? Do you have something in your cancellation that they pay
No.
for that photography, or you just eat that?
Nope. No, I'll just eat it. Think about it this way, okay? How much do you really spend to get a home sold versus what your net profit is?
Yeah.
Can we really be honest and have a real conversation about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you spend $500 on
Yeah.
photos, video, you do a floor
Yeah.
plan, you have a website created. I can do all that for $500 or less,
Yeah, true.
right? My net profit on the deal, once I don't even make brochures anymore because I'm doing digital brochures, right? So by the time we're all done, I'm out $500. And then now we're just valuing my time, right? Negotiating, getting into the closing table, managing the multiple offers, right? And that my assistant does most of that for me. So when I look at my net profit for the amount of hours I'm spending, and if I'm getting a $12, $15, $20, $30,000 check, am I really going to worry about $500 of photos? Plus, if we part company and I just let them out of the listing agreement, and I come back and ask them for the $500 I spent on marketing, I really look like I don't look good in their eyes, and then they're just going to badmouth me. Versus, okay, we part a company. There's really nothing bad they could say, right? They might say I'm a horrible realtor, but it does. Again, it's only happened 3 times in 17 years, so I'm really not too worried about it. Questions, comments, stories, jokes, anecdotes, anything?
And did this happen in the beginning of your career?
Yeah,
the
mostly
3
in the
times?
beginning. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing really recent because, again, the cancellation guarantee, by the way, the cancellation guarantee also lets you charge more commission, right? Because I remember giving the cancellation guarantee early in my career and someone said, yeah, but the other realtor will do it for 4%. I said, the other realtor won't give you a cancellation guarantee. Isn't that worth 6% to you? The other realtor won't give you the right to fire them. So of course they're going to give back part of their commission. They're afraid they're not going to get the job done. I'm basically telling you, I'm sticking my money where my mouth is. Yes, no. And once I said that, they were like, that's true. That is worth an extra 2%. By the way, we've proven, and don't think this is, crazy statement, that we will pay more for convenience. Yes. Have we proven we'll pay more for things for convenience?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can charge more with the cancellation guarantee because you're making their life more convenient.
Stephen, I was on another Zoom class right before yours and it ended 5 minutes late or 3 minutes late. Where is the cancellation clause and how much more are you charging? Are you charging more than 6%?
I mean, I've charged 7 or 8, but usually I
Right.
charge 6. Sometimes I charge, if I have a personal relationship with them, I'll do 5.5.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then that cancellation clause is in the Keller Williams,
No, it's my own. I made it up. So
and you added as an additional piece that you delivered at the,
I just, on my listing presentation, I just hand them that piece of paper. If we're doing a phone call listing presentation, then I just email them that document and say, is this okay with you? I just emailed over you a cancellation guarantee. So, yeah.
and are you sharing that cancellation guarantee
Yeah.
with the class? Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. I'll make sure Andrews get access to it so you guys can all get access to it. Sure.
Great, thanks.
What else, guys?
Okay, so now tell us the rest of your listing presentation. Like, how are you guaranteeing that you're gonna sell it? And like, what's your time frame? Okay, you give them the guarantee, but what do you do? Have them sign 6 months? And then also, I'm listening that you're in a market of 6% and not 5%.
Well, it's whatever you want to charge, right?
Right. But then, I mean, I'm all about 6%, but I did one time when 5% started coming in, I did charge my clients the other 0.5% to pay what the seller didn't do.
I'm going to stop you right now. You do realize Zillow's charging 0, correct?
Mm,
So
yeah.
get over the percent thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Zillow, Knock, Open Door, OfferPad, all these iBuyers are charging nothing. Now, they say they're charging nothing. Now, you and I know they're charging 6, 7, or 8%, depending on the situation. But if you do the math, there's an 18% difference between what they actually charge the client versus what you net the client. But the consumer says, oh, I'm not paying a commission, and I close in 3 weeks, and I get a check, and I walk out of my home, and there's no home inspection. Great, no problem. You have to answer that question because that's your competition.
Yeah. Wow.
The regular realtors, by the way, are easy to beat.
Yeah.
It's not about your commission. It's your value proposition that it's so great that they have no choice but to hire you. If we will pay Amazon $119 for free shipping, then what's your value proposition that is so great that you can charge whatever the heck you want and the consumer doesn't care? Now, how does your stomach feel right now? So let me go back and go forward. All right, let's do the pre-listing. Okay. Pretend you're a seller and you say to me, Stephen, I'd like to interview you to come over on the listing appointment. Okay, just pretend you're the seller. Okay, ready? You're on mute.
Oh, okay. So you're talking to me.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's go for it.
Okay, so how many agents are you going to be talking to?
Well, we have one agent, which is actually true. I'm going through this right now in my development that seems to take around 20% of the business.
Okay, great. And are you leaning towards hiring them?
Well, she does seem to have a website of the development. And when I looked you up, by the way, I'm telling you, this is all real. When I looked you up, I didn't find any information about you, even though you do say you have quite a bit of experience, but she has a website for the development plus other developments. And she does have a report after her. Yes.
Sure. And how are you deciding which agent you're going to hire? What's your decision-making criteria?
Honestly, I think the one who can really market my property and who has experience in selling my property, because I'm moving out of state and I'm going to wait till the school year ends and I need to sell my property. So it's very important to me that I have someone that has experience.
Okay. Is it only experience? Because you said to me two things in that conversation. You said marketing and experience. Which one is it?
Well, I think they both come hand in hand.
Okay. So if you had to pick one, which one would it be?
That's kind of hard, realtor. Let me see. Honestly, I guess experience, because nowadays we all can market.
Okay, great. What's marketing mean to you?
The best marketing tool or aspect that could sell my home fast. Again, because like I said, I'm moving out of state. What kind of marketing do you offer?
So when you say marketing, that's kind of a nebulous term. That's why I'm getting specific. Do you know what the other realtors say when they say marketing to you?
So are you going to be putting it on Facebook, Zillow? Are you going to put a YouTube ad? Are you going to make flyers, postcards, open houses?
Sure. So all of that is what I like to call vanilla real estate. And I think any agent who does those things should charge 1%.
Okay.
Okay. Because we all should do that. And
Correct.
That's what I call vanilla. So the realtor I'm up against, if that's all they're going to do, then they should charge you 1% for that. Okay, now we're going to stop the role play real quick. Do you see how I've already beaten the other realtor down without beating the other realtor down?
But now what am I supposed
to Wait, time out. Don't go.
Okay.
I want to make sure we're at that moment. Do you see how right now I've made separation that I've said, well, every realtor should do that. So they should charge 1% for that.
Yes.
Now I get to club you over the head with my hockey stick and I'm about to win. Okay. You ready?
Okay. I'm taking notes. So yeah, go.
How do you pronounce your first name? Is it Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Okay. Aaliyah. I said, that's vanilla real estate. Of course we do all those things, right? However, there's 6 things I do that no one else does that just pluses it to a level that will get your home sold. My job is to make your home the Nordstrom day after Thanksgiving Day sale house, and we have a set system that does that. On top of that, we also offer a cancellation guarantee. Is the other realtor offering that?
No, she's locking me into a 6-month contract.
Right, so there's no risk in hiring me. So if I fail and screw up royally, then you can just hire her anyway. So she should really be charging 1%. I should probably charge 8, 9, or 10, but you're really getting a bargain at 6 with the 6 things we do that no one else does. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely. What do you have to offer? Tell me what you have to offer.
There's the cancellation guarantee. There's the 7 different multi-channel marketing campaigns we do via Facebook. There's our buyers in waiting program that we use with our artificial intelligence technology. There's our everyday open house. There's our 1-hour open house program. How are we doing so far? There's internet pricing models. I've already hit 6 things and I haven't even finished what I'm about to say. So you see how we do so much more to get your home sold?
Yeah, and you sound a lot more sophisticated.
Great. So they should charge only 1 for what they're doing. I really should charge you 8, but 6 is like a bargain. So Andrew's laughing over there. I see Andrew's face. It's like he's laughing over there. So Aaliyah, but now I've won, right? Because I've created separation. I've given her specific marketing examples, not marketing, which is just nebulous terms. And I've basically told her all realtors are alike except me. So for all you guys listening on that role play, how did that sound? Not how did it sound from my end. How did that sound for you? Could you say some of those things?
I don't believe I could say some of those things because number one, you were going fast and I didn't know what the hell you were saying.
Well, that's why
What's an
Nancy, I started
internet
this with,
pricing model, you
I
know?
started this
What
as,
are some of
I
those
started this
things?
with this is me clubbing her over the head with the hockey stick. So, because I know
But
when I do the rat-a-tat-tat over the head, that I pretty much have won the listing right there. Because they're like, here, Steven, take the damn thing. I don't know what the hell you said. So,
no, most people I think are going to ask you exactly what that means. And to me, it just sounded like fancy
no,
nothing. Like it didn't sound like anything.
Right, a lot of us work in sophisticated
Right.
markets, and they would
Okay,
ask
so,
us to detail.
Yeah, that's not going to fly on the main line.
Guys,
Right.
I'm sorry. I work in Livingston, New Jersey. Okay, my clients are Wall Street investment bankers. My average sales price is 1.2 million. All right, I'm not in some bumble town in the middle of nowhere selling $100,000 homes. My clients think they know more about real estate than I do.
Yes.
All right,
Steven?
that script works. I did that script with a billionaire in New York City recently, and he's like, "How come my condo in Manhattan isn't selling for 14 million?" I gave him that script, and he's like, "Can you help me remarket my home?" I don't sell in New York City to $14 million.
It just doesn't sound. It just sounds like a lot of hot air. It doesn't sound like there's any meat on
you
it.
have to be able to back up what that means, but you got to get their attention. They have a preconceived notion of who you are, and what you do.
I thought it sounded kind of like I was kind of put off by it.
That's fine, no problem.
Can you send us the list of what you said?
Yes.
And the details of how we can learn it?
Yes. Now, here's the thing. Usually when you're in face-to-face in front of a seller or you're having a conversation. Now, Emily, I can slow it down too. And I could say, okay, Emily, listen, let's go over the 6
It's
things.
not slow. It's just that it was.
No, let me
I
finish.
didn't think, like, as an agent, there didn't sound to me to be any substance to it.
Well, right, but that's why then we go over it, right? Depending on their personality style. Some people, if they're a high D, which most of my investment banker clients are, go, here you go, Steven, it's all yours. You obviously sound like you work on Wall Street. Here you go, take it, right? Some of them say to me, okay, explain what all that stuff means.
Okay.
Right? It just depends on the person.
So can you explain it to us?
Yeah, no, I'm going to explain. I'm going to break it all down. I did this on purpose just to see your heads pop off and spin around, and now like your heads are back on again. So you want to see that it's all.
You need to listen.
Not be.
And Steve had to do that on purpose because we're listening like realtors.
Yeah.
We're listening like realtors. We're listening like the people that earn the 1%.
Right.
And we're trying to learn how to be the ones to earn the 8%.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, let me also just jump in real quick and just to back Steven up. He's grabbing our attention. You know, he threw out a lot of things because he wants us to start thinking about what's he talking about. Now that he's got our attention, now he's going to go into the details of exactly what he spoke about. And if you ask him the question, he'll give you the details, but he definitely grabbed our attention. So I wanted to say, Steven, you did a good job.
No, I did it on purpose. Like, guys, I've done this class enough to know exactly this was supposed to happen. So I'm good. You know?
And Steven, and actually the role play that we did literally just happened to me like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Sure.
So, right, if I was, and I'm picturing myself as being those sellers, you would have sold me in a heartbeat, basically. But I'm also a high D. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like really great, blah, blah, blah. So, but fabulous. I mean, we just, as the agents, just need the details, the paperwork, you know.
Yeah, no, look, this is a system and a process.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting you to understand the process until I explain it to you right now. Like, let's just get that on the table, right? So first things first, understand that what I'm saying is a process and a system that I've created over 18 years of doing it, right? And now I'm going to lay it all out. Some of my clients go, here you go, Steven, take the listing. You obviously don't know more. Like, I'm good. Others are like, what does that all mean? And I'm like, all right, let's break it down. Let's go back to the beginning. So, and usually in my listing conversation over the phone, it's a 20-minute phone call. It's very, very calm. And I'm like, let me tell you how I work and how we get your home sold and what we do different. And then I kind of just slowly break everything down. I go, first, there's a cancellation guarantee. That means there's no listing agreement time. Every other realtor you speak to locks you up for 6 months or maybe a year. And ours is a 24-hour listing agreement. If you're unhappy at any time, you're welcome to sign the cancellation guarantee and fire us. Okay. Second, I want to roll out what the first 3 weeks of being on the market with my team looks like. Yes, we'll do the photos, the videos, the floor plan. The moment we get the listing ready, then we do our multi-channel marketing campaigns. We have artificial intelligence technology inside Keller Williams. Oh, but I'm going to pause real quick. If anybody has a Microsoft Word on their computer, if they open up Microsoft Word and press start dictation, it'll record word for word what I'm saying on screen for you. So you don't have to write it all down. If you've never tried that out, there's a little insider tip. Okay.
Wait, Microsoft Word and do what?
If you have Microsoft Word on your computer and you have Office 365 and you choose under the edit menu, I think start dictation, it'll copy word for word what I'm saying as I say it.
Okay.
That's only if you have Office 365, by the way.
This video is also being recorded and it'll be on our YouTube channel. So you'll be able to go back and rewatch it.
Awesome. Thanks, Dana. All right. So again, with cancellation guarantee. So let's roll out the first 3 weeks, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, what we're going to do. Obviously, we start our Facebook campaigns and we create 7 different campaigns to get your home sold via Facebook and find buyers for you. Is that okay with you? Yes.
Yes.
No?
Yes. Sorry.
Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a message to our buyers in waiting program. See, within our technology, we have buyers in our database. I'm going to send them a text message tonight that says, hot new home hitting the market in Short Hills. Text Stephen for details. I want to wake up my database to see who's ready to buy your home. I might have your buyer by tomorrow morning. So that's our buyers in waiting program. I've got hundreds of buyers in the database. And every time I take a property that matches what they like, I send them this text message to see who's ready to buy your home now. And all it says is hot new home hitting the market tomorrow. Text me for details. All right. So that's our buyers in waiting program. Okay. I'm already doing more than the average realtor because I've given you 3 things different. Second, by this point, we're at the first weekend that we're going to do our open house. Now, again, traditional open houses have a failure rate of 99%. Do you really want me to do an open house with a 99% failure rate? So realtors that you've met with have been lying to you. They've told you we're going to do an open house this Sunday to get your home sold. And we know that 99% of the time, the buyer does not come from the open house. Either another realtor sent them or they're looking at your home to buy something else. Would you agree with that, Aaliyah?
Yes.
Right. So our open house program is either 30 minutes long or 60 minutes long. And the reason why we do it that short is it's like the Nordstrom day after Thanksgiving Day sale. I want to force all the buyers into your home at the same time and make them fight over it. And now we're guaranteed the price will go up. Is that okay with you?
Very smart, Stephen. Very smart. No other realtor told me that.
Okay, so we've already given you 4 things that no one else does. Do you need me to continue or are we good? Are you ready to hire me now?
Well, knowing my husband is an engineer, he'd probably like to hear it all.
Okay, no problem. How are we doing so far, guys? We're good? Okay. All that gobbledygook is coming together now, okay? Right? Okay. So now let's talk about pricing your home and internet pricing models. See, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, most realtors fail in that they believe your home is a retail item. And your home is the most heavily researched item purchased on the internet today. That the consumer actually doesn't go on, click a button and buy it. They actually take about 3 to 6 weeks to analyze the home before they make an offer. And they start studying the market and looking at things. So what I don't understand is why realtors do what I call the biggest mistake in real estate. They'll take your home and price it at $399 when the websites for real estate search default to round numbers. So we call that internet pricing models, where we're going to list every home at 400,000 even, not $399, because if the buyer's looking between $400,000 and $450,000, they missed your home by $1,000. And I want you to be the first click, because raise your hand, Aaliyah, do you click the first thing you usually find on Google?
Yes, it's just by laziness.
Right. So if I put you at $399, no one ever finds you. And if I'm searching between $350 and $400, you're the last home on my search. That's like being on the last page of Google. Do you ever click the last thing on Google?
No.
Okay, just checking. So we realtors do a really good job of one thing. I'll tell you what realtors do a good job of. They put your home on the internet. And you know what I specialize in? Getting your home found on the internet. That's the difference.
I like that.
Okay. The internet's got a lot of information. I specialize in getting it found. So you prepared to go forward with me now, Aaliyah?
Absolutely. Now you said you're prepared to getting my home found on the internet, but obviously the house is worth $400,000, Stephen. So are you going to price it at $350 for the first search for us to show up, or what are you going to do?
No, because if I'm searching for $400 to $450, you're the first click, so that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. But internet pricing models dictate that I'll never do $409 and I'll never do $389 either, because you're just in the middle of no man's land, and no man's land doesn't get you found in good markets and bad markets. And I
Okay.
need you to be one thing only, and that's the first click. Okay. Now,
So if
after we're on the market for 15 days, if for some reason we don't have an offer, I usually start getting hives. Like, it drives me crazy because I know our system's so good that I believe in 15 days we can get you an offer.
Okay.
So after 15 days, most realtors, and I guarantee you the other realtors you've spoken to, will ask you for a price reduction. Oh my God, we've had 20 showings, we have to reduce the price. Oh, and the problem is that we're data driven. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Right. So you're going to say, we'll do more marketing. And none of those statements back and forth have anything to do with anything specific and concrete. So what we do on day 15 is called our reverse offer system. And our reverse offer system is a letter that I write, and it says, "Dear agent," it goes to every buyer who's come through in the first 15 days. Dear agent, dear buyer, thanks so much for seeing our property at 123 Main Street. We're so motivated to sell this home. We'd like to make you a private offer of, I'm just going to take 2% off the price, which is $8,000. Okay. That's a letter that goes to every realtor out there who showed the home and every buyer who's come through unrepresented. I'm going to put in there, we'd like a closing in 60 days. We would like a response within 48 hours. Please let us know. Now, here's the secret sauce. I know realtors aren't that smart, and I'm not trying to put down my industry. I just know how they think. So when I send this individual email out to all the realtors, the subject line has to say, "Offer for your client," because I know that'll guarantee that they'll open it. Right? Yes. If I sent you an email right now to offer for your client, would you open the email? Okay,
Yeah.
just checking. Right, you'd have to open it, right? On day 16, I will follow up with every single buyer out there and agent to say, "Hi, it's Steven. Did you get my offer?" Because most buyers agents aren't used to getting offers from listing agents. And then I'm going to ask that agent 3 questions. Yes, is that offer acceptable to you? They'll say yes or no. Great, write a contract. No, that offer is not acceptable. Great, do you have a counter? Or no, we're not interested at the home. And I say to them, at any price? Is there any price at all you'd buy the home? And usually they say, no, it's not the right home for my client. Great. Now here's the good thing. After we've done this by day 17, one of 4 things is going to happen. Someone's going to jump up to our number and say, yeah, I'll take it. Right? No one's going to jump up to our number. Right? More than one person will jump up to our number, and then we've created a bidding war. Right? Or someone made us a counter offer and we're negotiating. By the way, that's a 75% chance of something positive happening. Is that okay with you, Aaliyah?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
But Steven, you did mention that we did price it correctly, and now you're telling me that I'm reducing the price. And if
Well,
someone
I'm telling you that if we get 15 days out and for some reason we have no offer, this is what we're doing. But I really believe at 400,000, we're pricing it correctly. So I need to tell you what the worst case scenario is, but I really don't think we're even going to get there. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Now, here's the great thing, Aaliyah. At that point, if we send out 20 reverse offers at 392 and no one said yes, I have real data now that says publicly we're asking 400, privately we asked 392 and no one took it. We have no choice but to drop to X now to get your home sold. And we're not guessing anymore. Okay. Does that sound fair? Now, by the way, right now in this market, I haven't had to use the reverse offer system, but 2 years ago, I had to use it a lot. So it just depends on the market. Sound good?
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
I'm very impressed.
So do you see how we do more than the other realtors to get your home sold?
Oh yeah, you have so much more value.
Okay,
You deserve
great.
your 8%.
Awesome. Thank you. So Holly, was that good for you? Would your clients appreciate that? Okay, so I slowed it down, but like I said, this works with my brother, who's a Wall Street investment banker who lives in Scarsdale, New York. So, and his family. It's kind of funny. Yeah, because remember, Holly, they honestly think, Holly, they know more than you.
Yes.
Right. And remember, I say to them the same thing. And how many houses a year do you sell?
Yeah.
I sell one. I sell 40. Right. So let's just get that on the table. Right. This is a system. But ask them about money and what they do. That like one of my brother's families in mergers and acquisitions. Like I just sit there and take notes and I just listen to them. Right. Because when you're hanging with a billionaire, you want to take notes. Right. You just like sit back and say nothing and take notes. So, yeah, it sounds like gobbledygook. But then when you break it out in a conversation, okay, Steven's got a plan. He's got a system, and this is what's going to happen, and this is how it's going to roll out. So in 3 weeks, we're going to get our home sold.
So Stephen, I have a question, not as the seller, but as when we go price the home. So you said like so 400 or 450, but what if the home is worth 435? You would still price it at 435?
No, then I would do 425. I would do, it's $25,000 blocks.
Okay. And you would tell them, would you just automatically say 425 instead of 435? Or would you tell them your house is 435, but because of everything else?
I would say your house is 425.
Okay.
I said, and I would say internet pricing models dictate that we have to price the home at 400, 425, or 450. Based on the fact that your number to stand out in the market would be 425, that's the number.
Got it. Interesting.
Now, I also know, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, the secret sauce in today's market is that if you want to get more than asking price, you have to have more than 3 offers.
Yeah.
Because in history tells me 1 offer, someone's negotiating, 2 offers, someone comes in and asks, someone comes in below, 3 offers, someone always goes over. So, and I just had that happen with a home that I was like, it was 725,000. And my first offer was 675. My second offer was 700. And my third offer was 745. So Dana, you had your hand up. Go ahead.
So with your reverse offer letter, how do you decide what that private price is going to be? You had mentioned in this example, 8%.
It's always 2% off the asking price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or in that case, it was $8,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell the seller we're going to do 2% off the ask. Which, when you really think about it, realtors like to see numbers, but play the percentages, don't play the number. And what I mean by that is, someone says, "Oh my God, the house has dropped $5,000." I'm like, well, that's like 0.5%. Like, let's, or Mr. and Mrs. Seller, can I ask you this question? Do you ever stop when you're driving by a store and it says 5% off sale today? Nancy's shaking her head no. Why, Nancy, why no?
It's not enough to get me to stop because
Right.
I can.
You got to get their attention. So if I do 2% off, that doesn't scare the seller, but it gets the attention maybe. But then if I go from 400 to 375, that's a big enough jump percentage wise to make it worthwhile. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you just basically heard my whole listing script. That's it. You just heard the whole listing presentation. And then they sign and I walk out and we go. Nancy, was that good? You're shaking your head no. Was that bad? What?
I got to the point where in my business, I left the business for about 10 years. So I'm new back. And I got to the point in my business where I didn't have to do listing appointments. Everyone was just calling me saying, list my home, list my home. And it was just like this recurring thing after, 20 some years. And so I went on a listing appointment with a neighbor who asked me to come in and then told me that, right before I came that they were going to have another agent in. And I just I sacked. And I was like, oh God, I don't really have a listing presentation anymore. I'm rusty. I was really flummoxed so this is really helpful. And it gives me, and they said to me, what makes you different than any other realtor? And I was like, I had been to New York, I had directed movies. And so I said, I'm the air traffic controller of any sale that I do, because if I can direct a movie set with 170 moving parts every second of every moment of every day, I can list your home and sell it. I'm just good at that. That's what I'm good at. So that's what I said, but it didn't put them over the top.
Yeah. Like as I said, I love when realtors say, because I taught this class live, obviously before COVID, and someone said, well, I provide great service. And I said, I'm sorry, that's not good enough anymore.
No.
Like, what does that mean? I said, do you and I'll use a different example. Do you love when you buy a new car that they introduce you to the service department? You're basically telling me my car's going to break down and this is who's going to fix it when we screw up because our car sucks. Right? Now, that doesn't mean your car doesn't need regular maintenance. But do you really want to meet the head of the service department when you buy your new car? Because you're basically telling me your car is going to fall apart the moment I drive it off because the wheels are going to come off, right? So telling me you provide great service is like saying to the customer, I'm going to screw up at some point and I'll be there to tell you how I screwed up and then I'm going to fix it, right? Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Now, let's back up a second. One of the things I also do, okay, I also ask the question over the phone, how many agents are you talking to? And can I be the last one in? And usually they'll say this, Stephen, you're the only one we're talking to. My last listing appointment, I was the only one. And by the way, I still gave them the cancellation guarantee. I still went through the conversation. I wanted them to know, and these are friends of mine, what they were getting. I didn't want them to assume anything. Okay. I didn't want it. So I went through the whole conversation we just went through just to make sure they understood, even though you're friends of mine and I'm the only one in the door, this is what you're getting. And here's the cancellation guarantee. So I wanted them to be so comfortable that the friendship wasn't there, that they really knew what I was doing. Right now, if they say, oh, we're talking to 3 realtors, Stephen, great. No problem. If we're talking to 3 realtors, can I be the last one in? And they always say to me, why? Why do you want to be last? And I say to them, because I know you're going to talk to all 3, and I want you to hear vanilla real estate. And they'll go, what's vanilla real estate? And I'll say, well, vanilla real estate is when the person says things like marketing and things like, we'll do a YouTube video and we'll put an ad on Facebook for you and we'll get photos done and do an open house on Sunday. That's vanilla. It tastes good, but it's not specific enough to tell you what makes them different. And I'm going to do 6 things that are so radically different that are, and I, literally start moving my hands if they're on a Zoom call or if we're over the phone. That are so different that are going to blow you away. I want you to be able to hear the vanilla and then hear me, because I'm the whipped cream and the cherry and everything else on the Sunday.
Hey, Stephen, can you just go through the Facebook campaigns that you kind of do?
Yeah, I will in 1 second, Jason. Sure.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah. So does that make sense? So here's the thing. At that point, they're waiting for me to come. And then if I'm nervous that they might sign something ahead of time, because everyone's hearing that in their head. What if they hire the other realtor? What if they hire the realtor? I end the phone call with, do I have your honor and commitment? You won't hire anyone till I come over?
Oh, you call them?
No, I look, this is a pre-listing,
Okay.
right? And I say to them, Aaliyah, how many agents are you talking to? Well, we're talking to 3. Okay, can I be the last one in? Because there's 6 things we do that no one else does. So what I'd like to do is show you the difference between vanilla real estate that the other realtors promised you and what I do.
But Stephen, do you think you're bad mouthing though the other realtors?
No, because I'm not calling them out by name because I don't know who they're talking to, right? Now it's different. If I said, oh, you're talking to Aaliyah, she sucks, right? Or I might say to them, by the way, who else are you? I always want to know, by the way, who they're interviewing. So okay. Aaliyah, who are you talking to? I'm just curious who my competition is. Now, sometimes they give me the agent's name. Sometimes they just give me the brokerage.
Someone from Weichert, someone from Remax. They're all local around the corner, and your office seems to be 30 minutes away.
Yeah, no, I get that. Why is that important to you to have someone local?
Well, isn't it important to have someone local? I mean, they understand the market, they're nearby.
Totally agree. Local's important, and we all have access to the same stats.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sure. So how are you deciding which agent you're going to hire? So when I come over, I'm prepared for that.
What was your question? Sorry.
How are you deciding which agent you're going to hire?
Oh, how am I going to decide?
Yeah.
I think with what we're hearing with the market, maybe the one who's going to get us the highest price right now, because what we're seeing with the market is the house is staying 1 week the most, if you're lucky, and we're able to get the best price.
So when I come over, you want me to lie to you and tell you a number that's unrealistic just to get you so you'll sign a piece of paper with me?
No, actually, I wouldn't. I want you to tell me the truth.
Okay, so you don't want the highest price, you want the most realistic price, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, gotcha. That's my specialty, by the way. So besides that and the other realtors you're talking to, there's 6 things I do no other realtor does. So do I have your honor and commitment? You won't send any paperwork till after you meet with me.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen. And that's why we're interviewing 3 agents, just to see who's the best fit for us.
Great. So now fast forward, I'm the 3rd one in. At that point, I'm going to walk out of there with the paperwork because they're done. They're tired. I'm the 3rd one. They're ready. Let's go. Make sense?
Absolutely. Because I would be sick of hearing people and calling people and everything.
And you've also heard, I guarantee you, the Weichert agent, the Remax agent, all they said to you was either I'm number 1
Yeah.
I'm going to market your home, or my office is number one.
Yes, correct.
Have they said anything different than that?
No.
Okay, great. And I started the conversation with Aaliyah. Thanks so much for having me over. Your house is great. By the way, did the other realtors tell you how long their listing agreement was?
They did actually. They all wanted 6 months.
Right. And so mine's 24 hours long. Is that okay with you?
Oh, well, how is that 24 hours long? Is there something I'm missing?
There's a cancellation guarantee we provide so that if you're unhappy with us for any reason at any time, you can fire us. So even though we're going to sign a 6-month listing agreement tonight, I'm already assuming she's hiring me at that point, right? You heard the language, right? You can fire us at any time if you're unhappy. So there's really no risk right now in hiring me and my team to get your home sold.
Wow, that's really impressive. I didn't hear that from the other agents.
Yeah, because they're really afraid to do that. And in our world, I don't want you to ever feel handcuffed. Do you like long contracts?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and I think it drives me crazy that you can fire your doctor and your plumber, you can fire your lawyer, you can fire your hairdresser, you can fire your car mechanic, but you can't fire your realtor. And you have a lot of money vested in this house. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Right.
We've
So
been
the
here 12 years.
guarantee is going to give you peace of mind that you can change your mind at any time.
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive.
Are we done at that point? I could stop right now, but you get my point of how you've already started to win the listing and you're 5 minutes into the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Stephen, I've decided that I want to hire you, and one of the is my friend. That's awkward. And then I have this other realtor that was just some random person that just drops flyers in my mailbox all the time. I'm so scared to call them.
why?
Cancel.
Why?
Because, well, one of them is my friend. How am I going to say, like, I chose somebody else instead of you?
Like, are they that confident in their ability they'll let you out if they screw up?
I didn't understand her
I
question.
didn't say that, but she's my friend, and I know she's not going to force me to use her.
Right. But at the end of the day, Nancy, like, you want to hire someone who, do you really believe that friend can do the job as well as me and my system?
No.
Okay. Well,
Nancy,
then
you can offer her a referral fee.
I could offer her a referral fee too, which I've done in the past. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's a good idea. Thank you. Just wondered what you would.
So, Jason, you asked about the Facebook campaign. Do you want to mute yourself real quick? We'll go over that. If you can. Still there, Jason? Yes, no? Okay, well then I'll open up the questions before I go into the Facebook campaigns. Holly, I wanted to make sure that you and Emily, I answered your questions, and that was cool, like how I did it, because yeah, I do go really quickly on purpose, especially for the high Ds in my area, just to get their attention. Because if you don't, they think they work on Wall Street, so I don't know shit. That's what they tell me.
Yeah.
To my face, by the way.
Yeah. I actually had a guy yesterday. He told me exactly what you just said. He's like, oh, I don't have a real estate license, but I know everything about real estate. Everything.
That's like me being a surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can cut myself open and take out my appendix. Not happening. Right? Not happening.
I think the questions I have is, I need to know where you get like your 7-step Facebook.
So let's so the Facebook campaigns, we'll back it down. Yeah. I take the listing, I go into command, I create a marketing campaign, and you guys do a custom. Have you guys done any expert targeting in command?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do one ad that's expert targeted at people who visit Zillow and Realtor.com. I also do the same ad for people who do looking for a mortgage loan or a mortgage bank or any kind of mortgage related topic there. Then I do the same ad and I duplicate the ad and I pick based on what people do for a living in that town, I target the ad. So if you work in the financial services industry, I run one ad for every topic that's in the financial services. If you're in the digital marketing space, one ad for all the people who are in the internet technology space. I'll duplicate the same ad and the categories I'll pick will be dentists, lawyers, any of those professionals, right? Biotechnology research, pharmaceuticals, sales, any of those folks. And then the lawyers have their own. And I just find different categories and group it together by what people do for a living and then run 7 different campaigns based on that. And then I also look at the town and see in the town, what do people do for a living and where they work? Are they commuting? Are they work from home? Is it cooking? You know, do people like restaurants? Like, you know, and I'll just target the same ad 7 different times with different subcategories. Okay.
Nice.
By the way, the seller doesn't care how I do it. They just want to know that it's been done. Right. So I'll take a snapshot on my screen and I go, here are your 7 ads running. In fact, most of the time, they don't even care about that. They're just happy that you're doing it, you know? It's kind of like you don't want to see the surgeon do surgery. You just want to know that it was done right, right? So.
And in your ads, are you getting leads from them?
I am getting leads. On average, 20 to 50.
Okay. So you're wording them correctly.
Correct.
For each target group.
Yeah, and you know, I have to look, it's realtors naturally like to be wordy and over describe. So your Facebook ad needs to be 2 sentences long and short, and use some emojis in there, and like don't write beautiful 4-bedroom 2-bath colonial like you just repeated yourself. Like, what would you write for the ad? Awesome home, top location, Harry won't last long on the market. Like, this is your chance to have a commuter's dream, and a photo of a train, or near schools and an emoji of a school or something like that. Like, that's it. Like, don't overword it. Like we used to run a class in my market center called Hack My Listing, where we take listings that weren't selling, we put them up. We take the MLS description and put it up on our screen, and literally it was, you know, what every MLS out there has a spot for bedrooms and bathrooms, right? Yes, am I right? Does your MLS, when you enter a listing, it says 4-bedroom 2-bath, right? And in the description, every realtor would put in beautiful colonial 4 bedrooms 3 baths, and I'm like, you're just repeating yourself. Like, they already know that. Like, really? I really wonder, like, what are you thinking? So yeah, we would make them redo the listing at that class, and then inevitably they'd sell. So like, that was the cool part. It's amazing. You have to remember, guys, don't think like a seller. You have to think like a buyer. So when you're in front of that seller, it's Mr. and Mrs. Seller. I know you're thinking like a seller and you want the most amount of money. It's my job to think like a buyer, to bring the most buyers in here. And you have to remember, today's buyers are like fleas on cocaine. I have 1.5 seconds to get their attention. You like that, Catherine? I saw you laugh, but it's true, right? Today's buyers are like fleas on cocaine. I have 1.5 seconds to get their attention. Melissa's laughing because she likes that one too. So, but think about it. Take anyone, take their cell phone away and watch them have a seizure. I'm sorry, like, it's just the reality. If I took your cell phone away right now, you'd probably have a fit. Yes?
Yes.
Right. Andrew's on his cell phone right now. See, like, if I took your cell phone away right now, you guys would have a fit right now. Your buyer is worse than that. They've grown up. This is their pacifier. It's an adult pacifier, but they're like fleas on cocaine. You have to understand that and market to that. So when I'm sitting with a seller, I might say, Aaliyah, just understand, when we market your home and come up with these systems, we've come up with them because your buyer's like a flea on cocaine, and I have 1.5 seconds to get their attention. That's why my open house on Sunday is only for 30 minutes long. I want to make your home so special. It feels like the Nordstrom day after Thanksgiving Day sale, that they have to come and say, why is your home only open for 30 minutes? And I say, well, there's gold under the house and you're here. So that's why you're here, right? And come on in.
Yeah.
So 30-minute open house, though, doesn't really work with our current restrictions.
What are your restrictions in where you are, Janet?
In Pennsylvania, we're only allowed to have us as the agent and 2 of our clients in with us at the same time.
Right. So you make them stand outside and you make this line form. Right. Number 1, you make the line form. And number 2, well, you know what all the neighbors are doing? They're watching to see how many people. So you get listing appointments that way because you've got this line down the block.
Right.
Right. Because people call you and go, how'd you make that line? Right. And then you just let in 2 families at a time. And then you have someone assisting the open house with you, and you have a digital sign-in sheet so they can sign in from their phone. And that goes right into command and you're ready to go. Because I have a digital sign-in sheet. No one signs in on paper. And they all stand outside signing in. And I just say, walk the property. I'll let you know when it's your turn. And then when my phone dings, I know it's their turn.
And Stephen, do you advertise that 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour open house, like in the local newspapers, or is this really just for brokers?
No, this is for the public, and it's on Facebook. It's on my MLS, it's on Zillow, and it just says open 30 minutes only. This is your only chance to see this home.
And
Or
you
open,
probably do
or open 60 minutes. This is your only chance to see this home.
Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday,
Just Sundays.
or just Sundays?
Just Sundays. I also I hate wasting time. So to me, an hour is more than enough time to stand at an open house.
Hate
So,
open houses. Yeah.
yeah. And here's the crazy thing: like they all show up. If there any buyer looking between 700,000 and 800,000, I own like every buyer, like in that price range for that hour. I've met them all,
Nice.
and you own them. And they always say the same thing. Wow, why are you only open for an hour? And I go, you're here, aren't you? Like, duh. I mean, I'm not that cocky. I try to be a little bit nicer, but
I was gonna say.
I usually send my buyer's agents out because I don't have much patience for buyers right now. So
Can you just say the sellers only had this time available?
no,
Or
I'd say this is our system. We understand that this is the best way to attract the most attention to the house because they're going to be future sellers one day. Or they could be buying this home and selling theirs, and I want that listing appointment, right?
Absolutely.
So if they're impressed that there's an hour open house and they see all these people, they're like, can he do that for our house? Right? So yeah. And I'll have people show up early. I will not let them in. Like if it's 2 to 3, I'm opening the door at 2. You're not getting in, and 3 o'clock, I'm locking the door. Sorry. If you're late, I'm out of there. Now, granted, there's a line of people, Janet, I have to let them all in, and that's fine, but that's okay. I'd rather have the line. So it's 10:58. What questions do you guys have?
For the electronic sign-in that goes directly into Command.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of that capability.
You want me to show you?
I'm not aware of it either. I don't know. I'm new too.
I'm not aware of any of your marketing stuff that you mentioned.
We are unaware.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me get into Command real quick.
They need to take classes of Command.
I'm also the regional technology director for the New York Tri-State region. So if I didn't know this stuff, I guess I wouldn't I'd kind of suck. So, all right, let me share my screen.
Stephen, I just want to let you know, I actually used that on Sunday for an open house after seeing your training last week, and it worked well.
Awesome. That's great. Love that. So we create a landing page in Command. Okay. And we literally, I'll show you what it looks like. I created a template, and it's real simple. And we create a QR code, and we just literally hand out, please scan this QR code, and it'll open a web page where you can sign in. So it has our basic branding at the top, it has my contact information in the right-hand corner. This is the sign-in sheet. This is the digital flyer, so they can see on their phone all the details about the home. They can see the photos.
Do they scan something?
What?
How do they get there? Like they scan it?
Yeah, so what I do is I create a QR code, and I have a sheet of paper outside that says, please scan this QR code, and you can sign into our open house. So when they scan the QR code, this opens up on their phone.
Please forgive me, but how do you create a QR code? I don't
Nope, this is my favorite part of the class. I was so excited to do this. You ready? Ready? If you're in Chrome and you right click, you see it says create a QR code for this page?
Okay.
This is my favorite part. Chrome put in QR create this about 4 weeks ago, that you can right click on a web page and click create a QR code for this web page.
Nice.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. Stephen, I have a question. So here, when we get the leads on the landing page, can you click on it there, or you have to go to the contact to be able to find the leads?
So you'll get, if you have Kelly on your phone, you'll get notified and you can see the lead via Kelly. What I like to do is keep Chrome open on my phone, the mobile browser, and the little bell icon. I'll just refresh my screen, and Chrome will ding me when someone's new as a new lead.
I mean, so now when you go to the landing page, so there's like 13 leads you got on this landing page, right?
Correct.
Can you click on the 13, or you have to go to the contact to get them all?
You got to go to the contact to get them all.
You have to put, so how the way you search on them specifically?
So again, I keep Command open on my phone in a Chrome browser. I click the bell icon. The bell icon tells me the newest lead. I click that lead, it opens their contact card.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when they leave the open house, we put them on a smart plan, and as they're walking back to their car, they're getting a thank you text from me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're
And
getting a
when
thank you for coming. They get an email, and they're automatically starting a smart plan at that point as they're leaving the open house.
Okay, and when you want to get back to them later on, how you can search them on the contacts?
I search by the tag because we tag them with 25 Hickory Open House. I search by everyone who's tagged with that tag, and that's how I know everyone who came to the open house. Got it? So I create the tag for the open house beforehand because that tag also starts the smart plan automatically. The moment I tag you with that tag, smart plan's firing.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you.
Makes sense? So
do you create the tag actually in the landing page?
no, the tag is created in command. The tag is literally just a placeholder in command.
Okay, but you're creating that.
Fill this out.
You're creating that before you do the landing page.
Yeah, before you do the landing page. Yeah, before you do anything. Now, here's the cool thing. Most cell phones, when they see this form, automatically fill out the correct information because it's pulling it from your cell phone.
Right.
So they can't lie and give you a wrong phone number. They can't mess up the number. They can't scribble over it and make a weird email address. Like you kind of get it all right in here. They can't screw that up. Right. So then they come back into command. You find the lead. You tag them. Now, the smart plan we fire off. I'll go into that real quick. I'll bring that up. I apologize for my slow internet at home. I actually should blame command, but that wouldn't look good as a regional technology trainer. So, so yeah, we set this all up before the open house, and then literally the leads come in, and we fire off the smart plan, and then we just start following up with them after that.
But you do have to go in and tag them each as they sign in.
That's well, you know what I do? I tag them actually, Janet, as they leave, so that the smart plan fires as they're walking back to their car. If I tag them beforehand while they're looking at the house, then they end up not. Then it ends up not being the. They get the text too soon.
Right.
Because once you tag them, then the smart plan fires. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see if this pops up. Well, I'll wait for that to pop up while we talk. What other questions do you guys have?
So this is on YouTube because I stopped taking notes to fully concentrate.
That's okay. So if you email me, and I'll put my chat in here. I'll put my email address in the chat at gendel@kw.com. I have a private Dropbox folder with all my listing documents that I can share with you. Okay. I heard a wow. I saw a wow. Jerry was like, wow. So if you email me and say, hey, Stephen, hated your class, but I want your documents, feel free to send me the hate mail. No problem. I don't take it personally. And then I'll add you to the Dropbox folder, and you can get access to the cancellation guarantee and all that stuff. Okay.
Hey, Stephen.
This is so much fun.
Quick question. On that landing page, is there a way to modify information? Like to add
what, Ray?
Like if you wanted more information, like about the client coming in?
You're limited to what command will allow you for the content blocks.
Okay.
So like there's some information you can add other content blocks. So in the main screen, hold on, let me just go back real quick. On this screen, I can add a content block here to get more information, but up here, this is a fixed field. I can't add any more than that.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure, no problem. What else, guys?
I had a question.
Do you find that it's better to ask less rather than more?
You know, I'm lazy, Janet, and I'm a keep it simple, stupid kind of person. So to me, I just want to I took the content blocks and created it based on command, and I'm like, let's just see if this works. So far, it works. Right? So it's up to you at that point.
Steven, I have a question. Are you doing any special training for the MCCTT?
Yep. I mean, well, for my region, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in your region, so I'll reach out to you.
Yeah.
I'm in Clifton office. I want to be able to join.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much. We will have this video uploaded to the Keller Williams Philadelphia YouTube channel. you can all email Andrew if you want to make sure that you get that link to our YouTube channel. Andrew at kwphiladelphia.com. He just put it in the chat too. If you guys want some stuff from Steve, make sure you email him directly. His email address is also in the chat box.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Steven, I'm
guys.
going to need like 5 minutes to find the top of my head. You just blew my brain.
Sorry, Andrew.
It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Andrew.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank
Super
you.
brave. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Taking a class 4 years ago, it was
Thanks, guys.
That
Appreciate
was
it.
incredible. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.